First of all, congratulations to Memphis. They competed. If you didn't care who won, what a great football game, huh? First ever overtime experience in the UFL. To be part of that, you hate being on the losing end of it. But I give them an awful lot of credit. They did what they had to do. They came in here. They put some points up. They made some things. I think there were a couple huge turning plays in this game. Obviously, I don't think there was one any bigger than right before the halftime. There was Coach Bonio felt like he could make it from there, and we tried it. I probably should have called timeout early, thrown a little 6-yard out cut, tried to make the first down, and then kicked the field goal, with the time that it was allotted. And if we didn't make it, then we'd leave them 4 seconds on our end of the field. But to kick that field goal and let them run it back, obviously that was 7 points. I believe it was in the third quarter, the interception we threw down in the end zone, which took 3 points off the board. You go back to about 70 plays in this game and change any one of them, and the outcome of the game is different. It is disappointing to lose, but at the same point in time, I feel like we went out there. I felt like we competed. I felt like we were behind. Our guys never gave up. They continued to compete all the way to the end, making it a 60-minute game, and we came back and were able to tie the game up, which created a little bit of excitement, but weren't just able to get it finished. I feel like the defense competed their tails off. They're doing such a good job of keeping people out of the end zone. And I thought they really did a great job today on third down and getting off the field. Wasn't perfect, but I thought they played well enough. But offensively, we just weren't able to get it going. And, I feel bad because my job is to help this guy sitting next to me, and I feel like I could have done more. And I could just never really get him really comfortable back there. He made some great throws, made some great plays, but could never really get him comfortable back there and trying to call it. I couldn't get a consistent enough running game going to take him out of the game a little bit so I could throw some play action game and stuff like that with him. And it ended up putting him out there, and I felt bad, but I was proud of the way he competed through, which I know that he will feel was certainly not his best performance as a quarterback with all the success that he's had, and very uncharacteristic of him, because I think one of the things that he's always done is play with great energy. He's been such a phenomenal leader, even on the practice fields, and I'm proud of the way he competed today. I just felt like I wish I could have done more to help him.
Hey, Coach Brett, with the bottom line, you've had so much success here in Birmingham and with spring ball. Has this season, with a lot of the injuries, has it been frustrating for you? It's just been something you're not very familiar with, with it. And is Birmingham slipping a little bit, or is it just the competition is catching up?
No,
more parity.
No, I think there is a lot more parity, but I also think, we've had 10 starters on offense miss a game. We're in our third quarterback after 4 games. There's not any continuity. I feel like every week we're starting over again. There's always distractions. It's like we've had Deion Keynes missed a game, C.J. Marable's missed a game, Ricky Persons missed a game. We're on our third quarterback, Alex who started it, and then Matt Corral, and now we're on Case. We've got Marcus Ball wasn't here this weekend because he's having a baby out in California, who is our other tight end. So at the end of the game, when we lost JT, we only had 1 tight end, and our 2-point package has always had 2 tight ends. We dressed 3, but we only dressed 2 tonight because one was having a baby. It's like you feel like you're just putting your finger in holes in the dam, and you don't have enough fingers and toes to plug them all. So, my frustration is not we lost, It's not, everybody's catching up. We got to get some consistency going, and that has probably been the biggest difference between this team and team in years past. I don't think we're slipping. I just think, continuity and keeping everybody healthy and having everybody out there and getting better week 1 to week 2 matters. I think the progress Matt Corral has made in 3 games has been tremendous. I think he has gone from from where he was week 1 to week 3, he's made huge strides. I think where Case is today is not where Case is going to be 3 weeks ago or 3 weeks from now. But you just got to start all over again every time you put somebody in there. And that's been my frustration, is that not do I feel we're slipping? Do I feel like everybody's catching up with? No, I feel like we've got a really good football team. I was proud as I could be of this football team to fight back and compete back the way they did, to even tie it up, because that game could have been a landslide washout. You know what I mean? If everybody threw their hands up, but they didn't. They kept encouraging each other and picking each other up and competing and fighting. And I just hate that we weren't able to get it done. It was our first loss at home now in a couple of years. I hate losing at home because our fans have been so, I wish there was more here, but the ones that have been very knowledgeable and loud and have been into it. So I'm very appreciative to our home crowd, and I hate to disappoint them.
The challenge in overtime there, we couldn't hear it in the press box. Kind of what was challenged on that play, and kind of what was the explanation on that?
There was holding on the guy on the left side. And I told him, I said, look, I don't have the number I was holding. I turned to the defensive staff. I said, give me the number of the guy that was being held on, because I sat there and watched, but I wasn't just watching that. There's 22 guys on the field. My eyes are downfield. What's happening with the finish of the play. The quarterback scrambles, look downfield. So I wasn't watching the number. I said, get me the number of who was held. Somebody was being held on the left side. Well, after the fact, it was like they gave me a number of a guy that wasn't even on the field. So I gave them Carlos Davis's number, and that's what I was told. And then it was like, no, it was 90. And it's like, well, you can't change it. You already asked. And it was like, it's the left end. You know what I mean? The left end is being held. Now, did I have the number? No, I didn't. And I gave them the wrong number. And that's on us as a staff. I mean, we got to be able to do better at that. We got to be able to do better, because with the challenge rules in place, you've just got to be very specific about what you want challenged. And like I said, we got to do a better job of that for sure. But that was the problem. And had we challenged it, we would have had one more shot. You know what I mean? We would have one more shot at the end, and it would have been 1-0. But you know what? I mean, that's a great learning lesson for us, because, same thing. It was last week. It was like, no, that ball was tipped before the interference. Challenge it, coach. Challenge it. All right, I'll throw the flag. Well, it wasn't. You know what I mean? And then this week, it was holding on. I agree. Get me the number. I don't run back there and see the video. I don't care. Grab the video box. I'll sit up here and stutter for a while like I can't get it out. Just get me a number on who it was so we can get it. But I was given a number. It was the wrong number, and I hate it. I hate it. We got to do better.
Case, did Coach talking about you felt like you were comfortable a lot at the time. Did you feel like you had struggles getting comfortable now? And kind of what do you feel like overall your performance and just kind of how it went tonight?
Yeah, I think it took me too long to get going. And there's a lot of plays. We'll watch the film, and we'll get the corrections done. A lot of plays out there where whether it's big plays or just small little things, and I wasn't doing the small things right, especially early on. And then, we had those 2 drives late where, everything was clicking, and I was kind of just out there playing some football. And that was the thing, is I just let the little things slip by, and you can't win a football game that way.